Austin McBROOM had a major meltdown after his ex-wife, Catherine, got married to her new husband, Igor. Even though Catherine is happy, fans are concerned that her new husband isn't in the marriage for the right reason. Mark Sanchez, a former NFL player, was brutally stabbed after he picked a fight with a 69-year-old man. This fight resulted in Mark entering the hospital while police figure out what charges he's gonna get for fighting with a grandpa over a parking spot. Kim Petras is enjoying her time in Paris Fashion Week, maybe a little too much. Fans are worried that she might be struggling with some substance issues after barely being able to get through an interview.
I love you.
Diddy was hoping to get out much earlier than what the judge said. Of course, he's going to appeal the 4-year ruling, but in the meantime, his lawyers are informing him to get comfortable in his cell because it's going to be a while. Let's get into it. Let's get into the Ace family drama. Welcome back to the Let's Get Into It podcast. I wanted to kick off this episode by talking about Catherine's recent marriage. I know her ex, Austin McBROOM, is not happy. These two, once upon a time, had the perfect social media family with their 19 million subscribers, but they slowly fell apart as they were scamming people. Austin was cheating. Their house got foreclosed. They were completely in denial until Catherine finally woke up and left him. But even though she's out of that relationship, they still share children together and they have some sort of dynamic because they have to both co-parent. And it seems like Austin was rather upset that he saw his ex Catherine get married. Even though Austin McBROOM, he's moved on with his own girlfriend who I'm convinced secretly hates him. I don't know why Catherine would invite her ex Austin to her wedding in the first place. I mean, she ended up resending it after he kept blabbing on social media. She claims that she extended an invite to Austin because of their children. They have 3 children together and she thought it would be proper, but she withdrew it after his outburst. Austin admitted in a live stream that he would have cried if he attended, but his remarks left him off the guest list. So she married her new soulmate, Igor, and their wedding was on September 27th. You probably didn't hear about it because Selena Gomez got married the same day, and I feel like that's why Catherine got no coverage on her wedding. So now we're finally starting to see some clips and things like that because people are talking about it. There's one clip though that's going viral from their wedding, and you know what? It seems like happy on surface level, but all of the comments are so cryptic and negative. I thought we were happy that Catherine moved on.
And the first words you ever said to me was, like, I'm quoting it exactly. He looked up at the sky, he took a deep breath, and he goes, the medicine told me that I'm going to marriage with you.
Oh, the medicine, because they like their ayahuasca. She likes her ayahuasca on ice, and I guess he took the medicine, and the medicine told him he was going to marry her. My question is the medicine present? Are we currently ayahuascaing right now? Like, are we tripping balls at this wedding? What are the gift bag goodies? I'd love to see, like, what do they have in there? This comment reads, I don't know, Igor kind of freaks me out, to be honest. I don't trust him at all. So basically he put a love spell on her with that cup of water he gave her. Ooh, I'll tell you one thing, the ayahuasca is not a cup of water. I've never done it before. I'm like, I fear stomach aches, and a big part of it is purging, but comment below if you guys have done it. No shame here. This person writes, this looks like a clip from an upcoming true crime documentary, while another person adds $ to this guy's eyes, which I have to say, I don't think Catherine McBROOM has like that much of that Ace family, you know, money. Maybe she does have it left. I don't know what she secretly did on the side. Maybe she had her own account, but I don't know. I don't think Igor is marrying her for money, but maybe he is. As far as Austin's reaction to the wedding, He's being so immature. It's giving Justin Bieber energy. He actually deleted everything off of his page. There's only one skit left on his Instagram. Basically, the skit of him crashing out. It's 6 minutes long, but I want to include some of the important parts. Let's react.
I was saying there's a lot going on in your life right now. How are you feeling? Are you mad, sad, angry? It's okay.
What is this supposed to be? Like, what's the emotion for?
Oh, it's not okay. This is not okay.
The cheater wanting to play victim here.
Not me. No, not me.
Wait, you. Yeah, you. I'm never coming back here again. I'm better off alone.
That's a real crash out.
Now, the comments are confused. Everything has to be a show, all for the money. WTF did I just watch? And this is so cringe. Supposedly, he's got a part 2 to this skit coming out soon. Let me know in the comments below, are you tuning into this? Let's get into Mark Sanchez. Now, I didn't know who Mark Sanchez was until this recent news that he was involved in a brutal fight. Former NFL quarterback was arrested after a drunken fight with a 69-year-old man over parking, according to a probable cause affidavit filed in the case. Mark Sanchez is 38, so he's 30 years younger than this man. He's also facing charges of battery resulting in injury, public intoxication, and unlawful entry of a motor vehicle. The fight began after Mark was upset that the 69-year-old man parked his workbox truck at a loading dock to collect used cooking oil, the documents state. Surveillance video shows Mark Sanchez approaching the driver's door of a large box truck in an alley. He opened the door and began a conversation with a man who was struggling to understand because he wasn't wearing his hearing aids. He's 69. The video shows the two appear to have interacted back at the driver's side door after Mark follows the man who is seen walking backwards away from him.
The probable cause outlines kind of the initial nature of that dispute. We are literally talking about people fighting over a parking space, and it resulted in someone receiving just incredibly significant injuries.
Mark is seen running after the man. The video shows Mark Sanchez grabbing and throwing the man towards the wall of the Westin. The fight continues in an alley between a large dumpster and the truck before moving towards the middle of the alley. Mark is then seen throwing the man to the ground of the alley. Then it looks like the man reached for his pepper spray, sprayed Mark, but it didn't mean anything to Mark. He wiped it off and kept on fighting. The man thought that this guy's trying to kill me, so he pulled out his knife. When Mark came closer to him, the man struck him 2 or 3 times with the knife, he said. He said then the man looked at him and Mark was completely shocked. He slowly turned around and took off.
Court documents say Sanchez attacked a 69-year-old truck driver for blocking a parking space early Saturday morning. Now, the driver told police that he thought Sanchez was, quote, trying to kill him, so he stabbed Sanchez in self-defense. Sanchez is hospitalized and charged with battery, intoxication, and unlawful entry to a vehicle.
So much to unpack here. Like, what? So aggressive to go. I mean, the 69-year-old man really put up a good fight. I mean, the way that Mark sounds like he threw him around, it sounds like the guy could have just like passed out from there. But he kept on fighting and pepper sprayed him and knifed him up. Like, it seemed like Mark was still like, I mean, he was still trying to fight until he realized he was stabbed and then ran away. That is so terrifying. I don't know how drunk he could have been. Police are saying that he was drunk. He was actually found at the bar next to the alley. The 69-year-old man had a scratch or a cut on his left cheek. He was defending himself. He was treated and released from the hospital. As for Mark, I know that he's probably feeling pretty regretful for fighting that brutally over a parking spot. I mean, it reminds me of some of the videos I see viral on TikTok of people road raging and fighting over parking. Like there's that young girl that was like jumped for a parking space. It's like, oh, parking's so difficult. Gosh, makes you want to like Uber somewhere, but then Uber is expensive too. Starting a business can be so daunting, like you're wearing every hat at once. You've got site design, payments, marketing, shipping, returns. It's so overwhelming, but that's why so many founders pick Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world. They operate 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel to Gymshark to small indie brands just getting a start. If you need to move quickly, they're ready for you. They've got a bunch of templates that are already made for you to choose from. And what's best about Shopify is it's not just a website, it's a business machine. You can go and handle inventory, you can go and ship internationally, returns, analytics, payments that would be so difficult to figure out without Shopify are all there. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, then it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Sloan. Go to shopify.com/Sloan. Again, that is shopify.com/Sloan. Forecasts say that cuffing season fronts are rolling in, nostalgia clouds over the ex, gusty texts from that situationship, and a 60% chance of a late night you up drizzle. In that weather, there's one clear microclimate: Field, spelled F-E-E-L-D. Field is a connections app built on clear communication, radical honesty, and curiosity. It asks you to show up and say what you want as clearly as you know it right now. Now let's get into what Field is really about. There's no gatekeeping. They don't steer desire or score you for exploring. Expand your curiosity over 20 sexuality and gender identities. Be specific without boxes. There's no pretending right like yourself, not like a job application. And there are shared desires. You can see what you have in common with other people. Field is the dating app for people who are curious, for those intentionally seeking a meaningful connection. If you are curious, try it now. Download it using my link below. You can download it in the Apple Store or Google Play. Remember, it's Field, F-E-E-L-D. And good luck out there. Let's get into Kim Petras. So Kim Petras and plenty of other celebrities like Lana Del Rey, bringing her husband out of the swamp, have attended plenty of Paris Fashion Week shows. They're watching the runway. They're serving their own looks, sometimes doing interviews, and they seem a little bit out of it, like the one we're going to talk about today. So Kimberly Petras was spotted in Paris going to the Anne de Meister, I don't even know how to say that, fashion show. I'll tell you one thing, I probably will never be in anywhere near any of that type of place. How do you even say that? I'm not posh enough, you know? But in an interview I came across on my Instagram this morning, I was like, wait, what is up with Kim? She seems totally gone.
To do a freaking video, right? Like, it wouldn't be it if it wasn't amazing. But thank you for being there.
Of course, babe.
It was everything to me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, love you.
The comments are like, she's lost so much weight, I'm concerned. Love her, but is she okay? I love her, but what's going on with her? Another person said, I think drug abuse. It's so sad. Now, that's not the only thing that Kim Petras did while she was in Paris. She actually invited a bunch of her biggest fans to a party that they can go and have an exclusive time with Kim Petras. At least that's what they were told. A Reddit user shared a rant about Kim's recent open invite event. They claimed the promotion made it seem like fans were welcome to join, but only people on the guest list were admitted. Once the guests stopped arriving, security handpicked attendees based on appearance rather than order, letting a few in while hundreds waited outside for hours. And you know, a lot of these fans, they stand hard for these celebrities and they'll go to a place if they're told to go there with the potential of seeing them. So I can understand why so many people were disappointed. This person added, I have to agree. We waited from 10 p.m. to 1:30 and the line barely moved at all. I understand being a little late, but why invite us and give us a time to be there? It felt really disrespectful. It does seem like Kim Petras came out around 2 a.m. to say like hi to a few of the stragglers who were left behind, but otherwise another fail. Let's get into Diddy. Now, I can't believe that Diddy had speaking engagements scheduled for after he thought he would be released. Like, he thought he'd be out right now, which if he was, I maybe would be like locking my windows a little bit tighter, locking my doors. Like, I feel like the moment that he's out, he is going to try to seek revenge. Comment below. Do you guys agree? He doesn't seem like the type who would like let go. He's definitely got a grudge. He thought he'd be getting out that day. Maybe he would have a month or two left, but he would be out at speaking engagements, living his life and getting praised by everyone. I feel like when he does get out, there's definitely gonna be a shift of people like praising him. I mean, kind of like how OJ Simpson, when he's gotten out, he was just like, on podcasts and hanging out and people are asking him about it. I feel like Diddy's going to kind of bliss in that. And maybe in 4 years, people will be over it. At one point, he was up for maybe 11 years. If he was in there for 11 years, I feel like he would have just died, but I guess not. They keep you alive in there. They feed you. I mean, it's not good food, but they feed you. Diddy says he doesn't eat it, but you gotta eat something. Some people say if Diddy kept his mouth closed, maybe he would have been out sooner, that the speech that he gave to the judge did not convince the judge that he was humble and had learned his lesson. Either way, I feel like it was a lose-lose situation. If he didn't speak, people were gonna think that he's heartless and he can't stand up for himself. And when he did speak, people would figure out how to make his words sound bad, even if they aren't. But I mean, he did it himself. He knew exactly what to say. I mean, speaking about his engagements and his plans and, he did say that he was sorry to Cassie and to his other victims, but it just doesn't seem like he's different. I think he's a little bit arrogant. And I feel like also having this lawyer by his side for so many months, like convincing him that they're going to win all of this has just probably, confused him. He thinks maybe he's done his time already.
The judge looked Diddy right in the face right before handing him a 4-year sentence and said, "You will forever be associated with Cassie and Jane. You can't wash them away." This after his attorney spent hours defending his character. Brian Steele said Diddy is a leader, a civil rights leader. Talked about his success and how he's given back to his community. He talked about the charter schools that he started. They also said that he shouldn't be punished for being an addict and that he got addicted to painkillers after getting surgery.
This person writes, Diddy got 4 years, but R. Kelly got 30? I'm confused. We had way more evidence on Diddy, which is an interesting point. I'm not too articulate in the R. Kelly case, but maybe R. Kelly did not have Diddy money, but R. Kelly was pretty well off. You have to keep in mind that some of the victims who were supposed to testify against Diddy in court didn't show up. Like Gina, his longtime girlfriend, did not go and testify against him. So maybe R. Kelly had more people who were willing to go and take him down. This is why victims of SA do not speak up. 4 damn years? Another person writes, I'm worried for Cassie's safety. A lot of times when rich people are in court and they are pleading their case, they will make a video, a dedicated video to go and play in the courtroom to go and convince the judge that they're a good person. And of course, Diddy had his video made of all of his accomplishments, trying to convince everyone that he would be better off out and the world would be succeeding better with him in it.
Given to the world, I don't think you know, man.
When my baby cries.
You gotta give her a bottle then.
Know that you mean something to people. Know that you mean something to people. Like you live somewhere in people's heart.
My nose fell off.
This is a 12-minute video, by the way. We're not watching the whole thing.
No, then my lip fell off. Thank you. You wear it?
You inspire, you energize, and you've left that for the rest of the existence.
This comment says, nobody said he was a bad dad, but he still abuses women and he's going to jail for it. Now, I briefly mentioned our victim who did not come forward, Gina, who's also Diddy's girlfriend. It seems like she wasn't too happy about his sentence. Gina claims that prosecutors made her feel pressured to go against her experiences with him. She does explain that she cooperated with prosecutors. She met with them 3 times, answered questions, and provided evidence, including photos, videos, and texts from her phone. Gina says that she refused to be a victim, but they wanted her to be. She denied that Diddy ever trafficked her or engaged in any prostitution. Gina also clarified that she had planned to testify using the same energy. That maybe would have changed the case. She said, I told them I was not a victim, but they insisted that I was, even when I expressed my truth otherwise. She said, I wasn't involved in any forced prostitution. I did not agree with that conclusion. I was not trafficked. I did not engage with prostitution with him or others. That would have been my testimony if I was called to the stand. She says she didn't have to go because a lawyer told her she didn't need to go, probably because she did not add anything to the prosecutor's case. And I'm sure Diddy's team wouldn't reach out to her if they knew that she was already cooperating as victim number 3. But it looks like Diddy is currently a target at the Brooklyn prison. He's been held, and it looks like he's worried about getting shanked. He claimed that a guard at the jail stopped a man with a shank. Diddy has called this detention center home since he got busted in September 2024, and he lives in a room with 24 other men. Oh my gosh, I feel like there wouldn't be enough oxygen in the room. He said he's surrounded by drug use and violence. Diddy hasn't slept more than 2 hours in a row since being incarcerated and only eats bags of chips. Comment below, what kind of flavor bag of chips do you guys think Diddy's eating today? Let's get into the David investigation. Now, I need you guys to tell me below, do you think David is guilty or not? Because at this point, I was fully convinced that he had unalived Celeste, dismembered her, and then put her into the trunk of his Tesla and went on tour. But it seems like the police must not think that way because he is just a free man. And one thing I've noticed when I'm talking about celebrity scandals and lawsuits, they all go to the same lawyers. So when I see, oh, who's David hiring? Is he hiring the guy the bad people hire or the guy that the good people hire? I mean, there's a clear distinction. I can name a few different firms. I've named them before. I mean, he was hiring Blair Burke of the Burke and Brettler firm, and they've come after me before when Bob Saget was alive, and I think they used Drake Bell. He used them against me. Anyways, those guys work with the bad guys. And it looks like David has now hired Harvey Weinstein's criminal defense lawyer. He's not even been named a suspect yet, but he's acting like one. So now that David's getting comfy with his lawyer, I think it's interesting that we're starting to see different headlines about Celeste. It's not about what had happened to her. It's about who she is as a person. They're trying to paint her out as the girl that would go and fight with her neighbors and would run away from home, and that she was chaotic and David had his life in order. Interesting that they're now trying to say, and keep in mind, this is reported through Fox Online. So Fox is a pretty reputable, we all know Fox News, but online they have to follow certain guidelines like CNN, ABC. So it's interesting that they are now saying that this could have been an overdose. They're almost painting a picture of how to get David out of this. Quote, this could have been an overdose. They panicked and hid her body because they didn't want to expose the relationship between her, I guess, David and the minor. I don't know why they quote between her and the minor. It should have been him and the minor. Either way, this quote is completely a mess. I don't know what Fox is doing, but I can't imagine how would the body end up dismembered if they're trying to fit into the frunk, and what kind of drugs were they using? They do say that Celeste had contact with a family member in sometime early July, so we don't know exactly when she could have been in the frunk, but we'd assume between the end of July and August. One person said, I'm really baffled that David hasn't at least come out, acknowledged, said her name, or offered condolences, because clearly they had a relationship. Let's get into Nicki Minaj. Oh, Nicki Minaj, how I wish you would unblock me on Instagram. She's one of the many celebrities who have me blocked. Let me know below if you guys want to know the complete list of people who have me blocked. I'm surprised she doesn't have TMZ blocked because she's feuding with them now. Harvey and Charles and the gang were doing a live stream when they started to get into it with Nicki Minaj. Not Nicki Minaj fighting TMZ. She's really fighting anyone. She said, Harvey, your time is up. Dreadlock Rasta, besides you, yours is up too. Now, I did want to clarify if Rasta is a bad word. It says it's not a slur, but using the term Rasta can be seen as offensive by some members of the Rastafari faith, depending on the context and the intention. So I think we would say the intention behind this Rasta is not good.
Everyone Nicki Minaj tweeted about you guys. She said, Harvey, you're done for, and the Rasta man next to you is up. Your time is up. No,
Well,
the
obviously
Barbs
she
are
is.
all mad about our article and our headline. I don't think it has anything to do with that. They're always
on the live stream.
Okay.
Oh, she tweeted about Vlad as well. So.
Nicki Minaj, come on.
But what's the?
Yeah,
I mean, what's the?
Heck, if you want to come on
Yeah, Nicki
TMZ,
Minaj, you want to come on?
I mean, we love to have you on.
Yeah.
We would
Of course they would. It would legitimize everything.
love to have you on. Who's this, Cardi?
She actually responded with, eat shit. You in the paperwork, you know what you did. Come eat my ASS. I'm on my period. Oh my God. Ewy. I just can't imagine Nicki Minaj with her bloody and her whatever. I don't think she would be like prepped and ready for TMZ. She wants them to eat it dirty. This person commented that Nicki's reaching Kanye levels of losing it. Charlemagne the God slapped Nicki with the donkey of the day on Thursday using her full government name, Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, with emphasis on the petty for accusing Charlemagne of using witchcraft to thwart her holy mission or some sort of thing.
Here are the names of everyone Nicki Minaj has attacked in the last 24 hours. Cardi B, Cardi B's Daughter Culture, Rick Ross, Jay-Z, Quavo, Santana, Oprah, TMZ, Harvey Levin, The Breakfast Club hosts, Jess Hilarious, Lauren, DJ Envy, Charlemagne the God, Gayle King, Mona Scott Young, Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, Atlantic Records, G. Robertson, Stefan Diggs, Cortez Bryant, Al Branch, Sean G., Gene Nelson, and someone she's referring to as Doo James.
Now, it is wild that Nicki Minaj is fighting with everyone. SZA, Drake, Jay-Z, Miley Cyrus. What does Miley Cyrus have anything to do with this? Wait. So Nicki also accused rapper Juice WRLD, who's currently dead and has been dead, of trying to ruin her tour. She says, let's get into the sabotage of my tour with Future, which then became my tour with Juice WRLD, who coincidentally died on my birthday. This person says, why is Nicki Minaj alleging that Juice WRLD's death was an inside job to sabotage her tour? She must really think she's that important. She's really not anymore. She's beefing with everyone. I'm sure if I wasn't blocked years ago, she would probably try to beef with me. I mean, she's even beefing with our friend who does those blind item videos on TikTok.
Last year, Nicki Minaj commented over 30 times on one of my posts and DM'd me calling me ugly. And Cardi B referred to me as that white bitch on TikTok. So again, we know that they're watching.
Now, because everyone's talking about Nicki Minaj's alleged drug use, I've always heard she's had issues with pills and potions, but also she's got issues with little cocaine. And there's a leaked video that's going viral of Nicki supposedly on drugs. We're gonna go and react to this together.
I don't know if you know anything about that, but her entire crew is up there on the 8th floor, and it is getting crazy. So as soon as possible would be awesome. Okay. She got hit in the face by somebody too. I'm sure you got that on tape. Hello, my name is Michael. I'm the front office manager here at the Hotel Palomar.
So it looks like they're at a hotel and something's gone crazy with Nicki Minaj there.
I need a policeman here at my hotel at 5300 East Hutchinson Lane.
What's going on?
I have a guest in a room that needs to be removed, and they refuse to open up the door.
What's the room number?
Room 825.
825?
Yes, ma'am.
What do they look like? Are they black or Latin?
They are.
Male and female?
I'm sorry?
Males and females?
Nikki, I have a question for you. Nikki, I have a question really quick for you. I have my phone. I'm on the phone right now. Sure?
Now, I wonder if we also hear her husband, Mr. Offender Petty, on the line too. Like, who's she fighting? They say that she's deranged, high on coke and perks, allegedly.
Right now. That's the computer on her way, so... Where's the phone? What's the phone in it, sir? What's your phone in it? What's the phone that called 911? They're on their way right now. You got the phone.
That was a lot, even without the context, and there seems to be a pattern here when it comes to Nicki Minaj. She's the common denominator in every feud that she's in. I just wanted to go back to her old days where she just put out music more often and fought a little bit less. Let's get into Taylor Swift. Taylor released her new album, which a lot of people are not happy about. But in this album, she drags a lot of people. Kim Kardashian, she drags Charlie XCX, she drags Blake Lively into this, defending her as her friend. But she also gets a little bit personal and drags Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend into this. I did not talk about this in my original video, which is why we're talking about it today. And they're convinced that this track Opalite is about Kayla Nicole. People are calling out these lyrics on Twitter. Here they are. You couldn't understand it, why you felt alone. You were in it for real, she was in her phone, and you were just a pose. So trying to say that Kayla Nicole didn't really love Travis Kelce, that she used him to gain clout. She continues to sing, and don't we try to love love? We give it all we got. You finally left the table, and what a simple thought. You're starving till you're not. Some people say that this is some form of harassment towards Kayla Nicole. I mean, you guys really need to, do what, you have to be English majors over here to understand this, because when I read some of these lyrics, I'm like, what is she talking about?
Taylor Swift has always given boiled chicken and Regina George. The fact that she's not Travis Kelce's type is hitting her and hitting her hard. She knows that she's not Travis Kelce's type, and she is so salty about it. And that salt has since manifested into microaggressions against Black women. She is so sick and tired of hearing y'all sit on the internet and say, Travis Kelce was so much finer when he was with Kayla Nicole. Travis Kelce looked better and I liked him more when he was with those Black girls. She hates that you guys think he's a worse man with her and a better man with them Black girls. I mean, at this point, Kayla Nicole is living rent-free in Taylor Swift's head, and it's since come out in this album, okay?
It's a shot at Kayla Nicole, man. And I just don't understand why. Why are you taking shots at her? Here's the other thing, is it's like so my man coded, because this is just what Travis has told her. Travis had a reality TV show where he kind of said, I wasn't really in it for the love. And I get that people change, but I just don't like the punching down of it all.
I found out everything I needed to know about Taylor Swift as a person after Kayla Nicole was being harassed by her fans on the internet, and she didn't even have the decency to release a vague statement about anti-bullying or anything like that. That told me everything I needed to know about her as a person.
Well, it does look like Kayla Nicole is responding in her own way. She posted an Instagram story which included Tyra Banks and a contestant, Eva, where Tyra is talking to her, asking her, how did you compare yourself to other girls out there? And responded, I don't compare myself to other girls. I'm no comparison to anyone else. This isn't the first time that Kayla Nicole has been on the defense when it comes to the Swiftie fans. Back in October 2023, when she unfollowed Travis's teammate Patrick just days after Taylor was at dinner with him. It seems like Kayla Nicole wants nothing to do with Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce anymore, and she tries to avoid them, which is pretty typical of exes, but I don't know, maybe she is a little bit bothered. I mean, I would be bothered if my comments were filled up with Taylor Swift fans, but at least her comment section is nothing like Charlie XCX's. I saw Charlie XCX actually release a clip on Twitter of like her in the studio, and it sounded so spooky. I would be scared if I was Taylor Swift, because she's gonna have a whole bunch of girls coming back after her. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Let's Get Into It podcast. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you in next week's episode. Bye, guys.